Hey guys, Stephanie here. So in this video, we are going to be making some beaded fabric tassels, okay? Now I made these from the some of the shindy rug fabric that I got from the big rug that everybody was going crazy about in a lot of the Facebook groups. So I bought a couple of rugs, and one of them I deconstructed it and, tore it apart. And so I got a lot of the fabrics. So I used some in making this beautiful tassel, and everybody wanted to see how I made them, because I guess a lot of people don't know how to make them, and they're pretty simple to make. Like, this is a journal. This is an art journal. It can be an art or a junk journal, whichever you want to make it, because it does have a bunch of different types of papers in here. I've showed this at least 3 or 4 times already. It has mixed media paper, watercolor paper, vellum paper, pencil paper, all kinds of different things. I made this from a planner. And I just put this tassel, this beaded tassel, on there because I thought it was so pretty. It matched it, and I thought it was so beautiful. So, all right. Now, this one is kind of big. So, you would need something, if you're going to make them this big, that has to be for a bigger journal. Like, I can probably cut this down a little bit, and they won't be so big. So, the ones I make tend to be on the big side, but you can make them any size you want, okay? I'm going to see if I can make them a little smaller. But if to do that, I'm going to have smaller bead cones and smaller beads and things like that. So we'll see what we can come up with. I just love these bead cones. These are bead cones. It's a spacer, and that's what's called a bubblegum bead. And that is a bead cap, for anybody that does not know. And this is a lobster claw. Holds it all together on some wire here. Okay, so what you're going to need for this project is your fabrics or ribbons. Okay, you're going to need some bead cones or spacers, probably bead cones, because that's what we're going to be working with, and you can get those at any craft store that you have near you. Most craft stores sell them. You can buy them online. You can get them on Amazon, eBay. There's 1,000 different places you can get this kind of stuff at, okay? Because evidently somebody always asks me, so where you get it, and I mentioned it 3 or 4 times in the video. So take a look at your local craft store and see what kind of jewelry findings that they have. Okay, scour the clearance section too for them, because when things don't sell, they put in the clearance section, but that's where you can find a lot of this stuff at. You have all your extra fabrics, and I will go over everything else that you're going to need, but I just wanted to say that in the beginning, so we get started, we'll know what we are working with. Okay, so again, this is like my sort of art junk journal, kinda. Yeah, mixed media, and it's so beautiful. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so go ahead and pull out all of your stuff, and let's go ahead and get crafty. Okay, so I'm going to go over what I use, and this is what I do in all of my videos where I make stuff. I go over what's called the setup. I tell you everything I'm using, and sizes of things and all of that. Some people don't like that, but that's just kind of how I do my videos, so I'm going to do it here as well. All right, I'm gonna go over the size of wire I have and all that. All right, so now what you're going to need for this project to start with are your beads, whatever kind of beads you like. These are bubblegum beads, what are called bubblegum beads. Bubblegum bead mix, that's what it's called. Okay, you can find these also online on Amazon, eBay, craft stores, things like that. Find them there in a variety of colors. So I have all kinds of colors here. Okay, those are my bubblegum beads. Or these are probably like 14 millimeter size, to give you a perspective. But if you want to make some smaller tassels, use like a 12 millimeter or something like that, which is smaller than this. Okay, this is probably 16 millimeter right here, but some of these are 14. There's a few 12s in here, like these ones are 12s, I think. So yeah, you just use a smaller bead if you want a smaller tassel. Okay, these are larger beads, bubblegum bead mix. Okay, so I love these. I use these on a lot of projects. All right, now let's talk about the wire. I didn't have any, only had one wire, and that was a 20 gauge. This is a 20 gauge wire in silver that I made these with. Okay, so I had to go out and get some extra wires because I'm working with it and I needed some, so I got some. Got these at Joann's, and these are 16 gauge copper wire. Okay, the gauge is the thickness of the wire, and the smaller the gauge, the thicker it is. Okay, and usually the softer. Like this is a 20 gauge and it's pretty soft. So this is going to be a little bit stiffer because it's 16 gauge, okay? So I got it in gold and in silver. All right, they're both copper wires, both 16 gauge. Now this is an 18 gauge wire. So this will be thicker than the 16, right? So it goes 18, 16, and 20. So this is going to be a little bit stiffer also. So I just want to try this out. Because I hadn't used this wire in a long time. I have some thinner wire, but I used it for something else. So I want to try this wire here. Medium temper wire, German style wire, okay? Yeah, and I got that at the craft store, okay? All right, so those are, I got 18 gauge, 16 gauge, and 20 gauge wires. You can use whichever one you want, use whatever you have, okay? And then I ended up getting a nylon flat nose jaw pliers to straighten out my wire. I mean, you can do it with your hand, that's fine. But it's nice to have one of these little tools. And you can also get this on Amazon, eBay, and your craft stores, okay? So I got that. Now those are just sort of the basics. And then you have to have your lobster claws. And I have a variety here, okay? And then you have to have your bead cones or your bead caps. These are bead cones. They're beautiful. All right. Try that today. I'm going to try some other ones today. And then I have more. Okay, I have bead cones and bead caps, and this is how I keep them. All right, these are bead caps, and these are bead cones. The longer ones are the bead cones, and these are bead caps. So, all right. And I got this little container at the Dollar Tree. That's how I store mine. And then I also have some over here. Okay, along with some little beads that I use on the wire to hold some of the pieces a little bit more stable. But when we get to that, I will show that to you, okay? So here's also some, bead cones. So I'll take one of those out too. I like this one. I love that one. That's my favorite. All right, so we will see what we can come up with. Now, the next thing you're going to need... Oh, let me show you these. These are also just some random beads that I had. And I have spacers in here, some big beads, small beads, all kinds of little stuff in here, right? So I'll probably reach into this little container to get some beads out if I need it, like some spacers for sure. So yeah, I got these at various places, craft stores, bead stores, a whole bunch of different places, online, everywhere. So I just keep kind of a little hodgepodge there, to use. I can reach for it. And then the next thing you're going to need are your fabric scraps. Now I have some seam binding. Okay, I've been using that. I have ribbon, which is in the closet. I have to get that out. And then these are my pieces. So I'm just going to be pulling random pieces out of here. I cut this up from some fabric I just bought. I love it. I'm going to use that. And yeah, we're just going to put some stuff together and see what looks great. So, all right. Now that I went over all of that, I think that's all the business. Because ultimately somebody will ask, oh, what did you use? You have to explain everything. So it's best if I do it in the beginning before we start. That way you'll know what we're working with, okay? Also, let me go over the tools that I'll be using. I have some wire cutters. Okay, it's my wire cutters here. To cut wire. I have those. I have some round nose pliers to curl my wire. And then I have just some needle nose pliers. I love these. So I have those. You don't have to have all these. This is just what I work with. And also some more round nose pliers. So I have the smaller ones too, depending on what I'm working with. And then I have some bent nose pliers. Okay, so I keep all these sort of handy. And then some more wire cutters. Okay, I keep all these handy just in case whichever one I decide to grab. But you don't need all these. You just need a couple of these. Really just these two. And the cutters. If you want, you can just get away with those three if you want it. All right. And then, of course, this one. So, all right. Now, let me go ahead and undo this wire. This is a 16 gauge wire I'm going to use. Let me see how stiff this is, because if it's too stiff, we will have to use the 20 gauge wire. So I'm going to pull this out of here. How it looks when it's unraveled. Okay. And then you take your wire cutters, and I don't really measure it. I just try to, cut off enough to what I'm going to use. because you're going to cut off the excess anyway. So I'm going to snip it off. All right, and we put this back. It is stiff. 16 gauge is stiff. 20 gauge is nice too, but I mean, either or, it doesn't matter. It's just a personal preference. But I think the 16 gauge is good because it can hold the weight of all of the ribbons. You know, this is, like I said, this is made on 20 gauge and it's nice. It's fine. I'm going to try it on this though, okay? You know, this is where this tool comes in. All right. So you take your nylon pliers and you're supposed to be able to straighten out your wire like that. Okay. Get it nice and straight as you can anyway. All right. So you can go ahead and start putting on all of your stuff. Like some of these little kinks don't come out. All right. All right, so that's about as straight as I can get it. And this works great, so glad I got that. All right, now we're going to put that aside, put all this other stuff aside until we decide to work on those. And then what we're going to do is pull out our remnants. And we're going to start putting our pieces together. I don't really have an idea what I want, but maybe I do. I don't know. We'll see. I have a color scheme. You can go by color scheme, style, or whatever. You know, whatever works for you. So I'm just going to pull out some stuff. You may want to pull out some ribbons too if you have ribbons you want to use. You know, things like that. I'm going to have to cut some of these down. You know, so we look in here and see what we have. I like the idea of all of these together. This pink, this blush pink. This gray, I like that. See, that's kind of pretty. It goes good with this, right? That's nice. I like that. Okay, so we're going to make a couple here, so we'll see. I may make one on camera and make the other off just to save on time. We'll see. All right, so let me go ahead and finish digging through this stuff. And then I'm going to go and look at my ribbons and pull some ribbons out. And then we will go ahead and start layering our pieces, all right? So let's go ahead and do that. I pulled out all of the fabric strips that I want to need. I'm use. And I came up with these. I don't mind that the edges are frayed. Somebody mentioned that. I don't mind that because I kind of want it to look torn and tattered. You know, if you want to, you know, get some pieces that aren't like that, that's fine. I like this look for me. I think it looks really great. So this is sort of the bundle that I put together. I did put some other ribbons in here. And these are the fabric strips that I got from that Shindy rug. And this is just another piece of fabric separate from that. And then ribbons, sequins, and then seam binding. So that's what I'm going to use. Now this is a lot, so this might be kind of fluffy. So you can make it as small as you want or as big as you want. I am definitely going to cut this down. It's just too long. You know, I mean, I probably, you know, because when I tore the strips, they kind of came off the piece and they're kind of long anyway. So I'm going to probably cut this down for sure, you know, because it's kind of, I want it to be fluffy, but I don't want it to be really long. So yeah, just put them on your piece first, and then you can always cut them down later. Now I did lay this out because I am one to lay things out before I try them. My bead cone. This is a spacer, a rhinestone spacer. Okay, that's the bead cone. And then the bead here, this sort of kind of bubblegum bead, and then another spacer. I may or may not use this. And then the lobster claw. Now I did take a piece of the gold wire out to make this piece because I realized this was silver, so I could use this for the other piece if I decide to make another one. But that's going to be my layout. We're going to try it and see how we like it. If not, we can always change it. Now, what you got to do first is grab your round nose pliers. You take the end of your wire. Now this is 16 gauge wire, so it is a little stiffer. You have to take it, see by the end there, and just curl it under. Okay, twist it and curl it under. I do it at least twice. That's just what I would do. Okay. Kind of sort of looks like that. See that? All right. It doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, you're going to hide it. It's going to hide underneath the fabrics anyway, but if you want to straighten it out, you can. So there you go. All right, that's your little loop that you're going to put your fabrics in. Now this is long, so I'm going to cut this down. And I saved these little pieces because I can use these make you know, dangles and stuff with them, bead dangles. So I have extra wire for that. Now, what you're going to do is take your wire and take it like the middle of your fabric, so you can, you know, measure it out however you want. And which piece you want to go on the bottom. You know, I think I want this piece on the bottom. I think, because I want a sturdier piece on the bottom. So let's measure this out like halfway, and you take your wire and you stick it through your fabric like that. So that way the loop catches, you know, the fabric like that. And you just start layering your pieces however you want them on, you know, your dangle, your tassel. So let me see. I want some of the pink stuff kind of at the top, but I need a little pink piece. I kind of want to, you know, stagger them out. So kind of like that. Okay, we're just going to stagger them out in kind of whatever form we have here. I like this. The seam binding is great. And it doesn't matter if it's all even, because you're going to end up cutting them anyway. So you don't really kind of want them to be even, because you want to, you know, cut them on an angle so they'll look really cute and kind of tattered. If that's what you want. I don't want mine to look perfect. So now, let me see. I had it kind of the way I wanted it. I messed up. Let me see. Here, let's do the pink, because this is all going to be shown anyway. All right. Let's do that. There you go. See, that's cute right now so far. And just start layering your pieces. That's really how you do it. It's pretty simple. Do this piece of gray here. Let's do that. Okay, kind of like that. That's how that looks. Can do another pink piece here. I might cut this off, like this little stuff right here. You can probably cut that off. You know, you don't need that. Like if you have flyaways and stuff, you can definitely cut those off. You don't need those. All right, so we have this. And as you see, they're all different lengths. You can have them all be the same length if you want. In fact, I will cut these down. Okay, so they're kind of almost the same length here. I cut them down. And then you just keep layering. Yeah, you just keep layering your pieces here. I'm going to do the gold. Let's set the gold. The ribbons are the longest, I think, because I just pulled them out of the ribbon bundle. All right. So I have that. We're going to do this one. Let's see. Let's open the fabric here, if we can get it on there. There we go. Okay. So see that? It's going to be kind of fluffy, which I don't mind. I don't mind a fluffy piece at all. So if you want them to be thinner, just put less fabric. That's all. And that's kind of how I'm going to do that. I want this piece at the top. These two at the top. So let me see. I was trying this. I was looking at this. This is like sequin. I don't know if I can get it through the hole. We'll see. And yeah, we'll see here. I don't know if I can get it through the hole, y'all. I might not be able to use that. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Now, I don't know. We'll see. This may or may not come off, but we're going to try it. I've never tried that before, so I think that looks kind of cute. All right. So I want these two to be at the top, so I think I'm going to stagger those out. All right, so let's put the gold. This is pretty thick right here, this ribbon. All right, see that? Oh, yes, we love. Okay. Put those like that. Here, move it around a little bit. And then do this one. This is kind of a sheer piece. All right. And then I'm going to do this piece, which I love. I put this in a bunch of them. This is a sequin trim here. All right. Just slide it on. Right, like that. All right, so I'm going to add this other piece here. All right, now, here's the thing. This is what it looks like. So we're going to cut this down, and I'm just going to cut it down just kind of like that. I'm going to keep these extra pieces. Strangely enough, those small ones. So see how it looks? It's fluffy. And we can also cut it down a little bit more as well. Like I probably can cut it down a little bit more. You know, once we put it all together and decide how we want it to look. Now, I was going to do something extra because, you know, I'm extra. This is some chain. And I was going to add some chain to this to put on some charms. Okay. And also have this. Let me show you. I also have this chain, which will probably be fine because we don't want them too long. I don't know. I might want to put a piece of this. This chain is kind of heavy, this one, but we want it kind of long like that to add some pieces to it. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try both. Let's see what looks right. We will open this and then see which one we like the best. All right, let me take this apart and I will get a piece of this. I'll probably cut it like, because I don't want it too long. So maybe I'll cut it like right there. Or right there. That's good. That's actually good. So what I'm going to do is take these cutters. Okay, these flesh cutters. And I'm just going to cut this chain. You can use any chain you want. Use something you have in your scrap already. You know, use pieces you have in a bin somewhere. Use whatever it is you want to use. Use up your scraps if you have any, you know. That's the whole point. I happen to have a lot of stuff here for jewelry making, so I always have chain and all kinds of stuff laying around. All right, so let me take that off, and let me take this jump ring off, because we can always use that later. So I'll just open this, and we'll remove that. Okay, now we have this. So what I'm going to do is just take this chain, and I'm going to see how it looks, because I think that look kind of cool. Now it will make it a little heavier. Oh, that looks really cool, y'all. That looks really cool. Okay. Wait a minute. We might have to put another piece on here. Just a second. Because we can put some charms on here. Let me measure it. Just measure it, you know, however long you want. You can have them different lengths or whatever. So I may make this one just a tad longer. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's see. We'll see how this looks, and then if not, we will take it off. Now, what we have to do is take our bead cone and string it on here, like that. Okay. Now, because we have this chain on here, who knows if it'll fit. You know what? I might have to put the chain underneath the fabric for it to fit. So we'll see how that works out, you know, or we can always put it on at the end, I guess, but then you'd have to attach it to the top of the thing there. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. All right, let's just add this and we'll see how that works out. If not, I will just take one piece off because I think it'll work with one, maybe not two. We will see. Okay. Oh yeah. See, look, and then the chain still is there, so it's still peeking out like on the sides, which is great because we want to put our charms there, right? Trying something for the first time here. Let's make sure it's adjusted here. All right, now where's our bead cone here? Let's try to string this on here, and there you go. Yeah, I think it'll work. Let's see. That's kind of how it goes, kind of like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, see? That's how it looks. That's what the bead cone does. That's how you attach it. All right, now I probably could put a little spacer bead inside of there just to hold this steady. So this is what the spacer beads look like. So I'm just going to take one of these and slide it on here. Maybe two. I might need two. Let's do two. We'll see two. All right, just to hold this steady. I don't think it's this one we were using, right? All right, let's do that. There you go. See, it's a little bit more stable. Okay, and that's what we have in there. Pull our chain out to make it look good. Adjust everything how we want it. And that's what we have, guys. Our charm. Our charm. Our beaded tassel. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do is string our beads. So we got to see how all this looks, because, you know, having all this together is one thing, and then executing it is something else. Was I going to do that one? I want to do this one. Let me see. Let's see. I had it set up for something like this. Let's see. I'm stringing the beads on the wire here. And you have to see what... Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, what? Stop it. I love it. I love it. I wasn't even sure, y'all. I was like, I don't know if this is going to look right. Because, you know, trying to do things sometimes is... Well, here. I don't think this is going to work. Because I don't think it'll go through the hole. What? No. All right. Well, we won't use that one. We're going to need another spacer, I think, at the top. So let's see what we have that will work. We need something kind of gold or bronzy. I don't like any of these. Let's see if this... Well, this is kind of big. All right. Oh, look at that. That's kind of pretty. It's not really what I wanted to do. I might have to put a bead in between here as well. Here. Let me see if this will work. To kind of stabilize these spacers, you sometimes have to put bigger beads in between the spacers to stabilize them, because they'll move around kind of like that. So what you do is you just take a bead and let's try to slide it on here. Hopefully this will fit through the stuff here. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, guys. So I put this on here. I just wanted to see how it looked, and it looks pretty good. I like the way that it looks. It's very unique and very different. So now what we're going to do is this. We're going to take our round nose pliers, and you're going to just bend this wire like that. Okay, just bend it. And then you're going to turn your piece around and then bend it down so you can wrap it. Just wrap it. And then you just take your wire and you twist it around like that. Okay, this wire, 16 gauge wire, is stiffer than 20 gauge. So, and then you're going to kind of just wrap it around. It's like a messy wrap almost. So you can take it and try to fix it. It's not fixed. There we go. Let's straighten it out. Straighten out your loop. All right, and then hold your loop. Well, hold it with the round nose pliers. And then just wrap your wire around it. I'm not the best wire wrapper, I will be honest. I do a really pretty good messy wrap, but I'm not a professional wire wrapper. Okay, and I'm trying to wrap this around as much as I can. This wire is kind of thick, so you don't need to do it a whole lot. The 20 gauge is probably better, but this will hold the weight of everything you need to. All right, so I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to use these and cut this off right at the base. So you see that? I'm just taking the clippers here. I'm taping the nippers, and I'm just cutting it off here. And then just take your wire and hold down push it down so it doesn't stick out. All right. And there, it'll work. It's kind of cute. It's a little too bulky right on this side, but let's see here. Like I said, I'm not a professional wire wrapper here. Oh yeah, there you go. Just smush it down a little bit. All right. And there you have it. Your piece is done. Now, you just take so you wrapped your piece the best way you can. You know, I can do it better with the 20 gauge. I'll tell you that. Because let me see. Let me show you. See, I did it much better with the 20 gauge. It came out much better because the wire is smaller and it's not as thick. So that came out pretty nice. So I did a pretty good job on that one. This one is cool too because it's just kind of a funky, messy wrap. It came out pretty good. I'm going to take a jump ring and put it on our loop here for our lobster claw. Okay, so I have 6mm, or you can do 9mm. 9mm is kind of big. 6mm, you can use 7mm. It's up to you. I don't have any 7mm. I don't have any 7mm, so I'm going to use 6 for now. And these are heavy gauge. So this is a 6mm heavy gauge jump ring. Okay. And yeah. So I'm going to use that. And you can get jump rings at any craft store, any bead store, online, Amazon, eBay, whatever. All right. So I'm going to just take this jump ring and I'm going to open it. And then I'm going to just put it in here like this, put it through the loop, and put on your whatever clasp you want to use. And these are different kind of golds, so you got to figure out which gold you like. I don't like either one of these, honestly. Let me see. Oh, this one's not too bad. I mean, it doesn't have to be matchy-matchy because you're putting it on a journal, you know. So... all right, then you just close your jump ring. You rock it back and forth. And then you do that. Okay. So now that part, it actually came out pretty cute. Considering. Pretty cute. Look at that. That's pretty cute. That is cute. I like that. Oh. So we still have our chain under here, guys. And what we're going to do is add some charms to our chain. That's going to be the last step. Okay. So let's fix it. Have it look pretty cute under here so some of our charms can stick out. All right, so that's cute. Look at that. And then we have this other one, of course, I made. Look at that. Wait, let's get all of our tools out of the way. And this one does not have any chain on it. But yes, look at that. That is so cute. Ooh-wee, so cute. So let's look at it again. Oh, that's beautiful, right? Our little tattered edges. I like the tattered edges, but if you don't, you get some fabric that doesn't have it. I like the different textiles, the different textures in this. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, that's pretty. Even the messy wrap goes with it because this is kind of tattered, you know, so you don't want it to be too perfect, but if you want it perfect, make it perfect. It's up to you. You know, it's your project. You can do whatever you want. All right, so let me find some charms that will go with this and we will be done. I think this video is going to be too long if I make another one. So I will post it on my Instagram, Stephanie Garrett Creative on Instagram. So follow me over there if you want to see the rest of them that I made, okay? Because this is really cute. Really cute. Wow. Really cute. All right, so, all right, let's go find some charms and then we'll be done, all right? Okay, guys, so the last thing we're going to do is add our charms to our little chain that we put on here. You can add string beads on here. You can do whatever you want. I just wanted to try the chain because I had never done that before. And so I pulled out some of my charms. These are just a few. I have probably 8 or 9 containers like this and some big containers just all full of charms, different charms for different projects. You know, keep them handy for all kinds of stuff. So I picked out like this one I thought was pretty, but it might be a little big. I got this one. I got a couple of, you know, inspirational charms, dream and believe. I got the cute little elephant. And then I got one of these. So those are the charms that I chose. I'm just going to see what looks, you know, what looks good. And we'll go from there. So same thing. You just open your jump rings with your pliers. Your flat nose pliers and your bent nose pliers. Okay. Just take your charm. And you put it through there. And you put it on your piece here. I think I want this one to hang kind of low. So, well, actually, I think I want it to have this kind of down here. I might put 2 on each piece, 2 or 3. Maybe 3 on one and 2 on the other. So, yeah, and these are 6mm jump rings that I added. So you see that you have that there, because it's kind of hidden in with the fabric, but it's there. You know, when it moves around, you'll notice it. You'll hear it, especially if you put it on your journal. And then you can always cut this down, like I said, as far down as you want. I like it kind of fluffy like this, guys. This would be great for a big journal, like a 9x12 size journal, or one of them thick, fat, fluffy journals, which most of mine are. I don't have any thin, small little journals. That's just not how I roll. I tend to have big, fluffy journals. So, but you can make this as small as you want. So I'm going to take these two off because, yeah, I'd rather use my heavy gauge jump ring, you know, and then put them on like that. So what I want to do is make sure that I put it on with the name facing out, you know. So make sure of that, because this is a two-sided coin, so whatever way that it's, you know, it's on there. I think I'm gonna put this up here. All right, I'm just gonna close that up. I'll see how it looks. All right. All right, so that's cool. I like that. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. Let me see. Let's see. See, look at that. Pretty, huh? Ooh, we like it. We like it. So I'm going to take this off. Take that off. I think I might want to put this bird on here, guys. I like this bird. She's pretty. Oh, and then she goes perfect with the motif of our piece here. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Very kind of rhinestoney. We'll see. You know, she already has a jump ring on. I say she, but it could be he. Already has a jump ring on it, so we'll keep that. If we can open it. All right, and then we have to put it on with a bird facing out for the rhinestones. So just be conscious of that. It's just like this way. And then we'll close it up. Okay. Ooh. Have the extra glam in there. Oh, my guys, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. She's pretty. It's so pretty. Kind of like hidden in there a little bit, but you can still see it. Again, I might change this out. I'm just doing it for the video here, because I wanted to see how it looked. I'm always one to try things for the first time, you know, certain kinds of things, good things. Try something new here. I like this. Okay, I'll put that in there. Okay, put that on there, that charm. And then I think I had one more charm. Oh yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do the elephant. I think, and this one already has a jump ring on it. We'll try that one. All right, guys, so that's that. Oh, I like this, but you know what? I'm going to put this other one on here. I'm going to stick it on here. I don't even know if it goes, but we'll stick it on here since we pull it out. Oh, wait, you know what, though? Let me see. I have some more in here I can choose from. Another one. Let me see. This one might be good. Like a beaded? That might work because it has blue. It has gold and silver on it. Oh, a butterfly, too, would be good. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. Hold on. I have some butterflies in here, I think. Oh, I like that. I like the butterfly. Okay, let's make the butterfly. Let's try the butterfly instead. I think that looks cute. Have a bird and a butterfly and an elephant. All right, so we just open that. Put this on here. And then stick it in the middle, kind of, if you want, or the top, wherever you want to put them. And there, you're done. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Got little surprises in there. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. And then on this side, you have these. Oh, so pretty, guys. So beautiful. Right? Beautiful. Oh, my goodness. And then it, well, we're going to cut this off because it's just too long. So what you could do is you could like cut it up to here, if you want it. So okay, guys, look at that. It's beautiful. I cut it down a little bit because it was a little long. But you can cut it all on an angle if you want. Like that. Make them look kind of, staggered pieces, kind of. A little staggered. There we go. So, I like that. Cut this piece down, kind of like on an angle. So it can look all kind of, different. Okay. All right, guys. So, that is it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to make some more. And I will put them on my Instagram at Stephanie Garrett Creative. All right, so you can check them out over there. Follow me over there. I always post projects I'm working on over there, and you'll see other things over there that you probably won't necessarily see here on my YouTube channel. Some hauls and stuff like that. If I buy stuff, things like that. So, yeah, when I make some more, I will post them so you guys can check them out. And even stay tuned to the Etsy shop because some of these may be coming to an Etsy shop. My Etsy shop. Stephanie Garrett Creative on Etsy. All the links will be down in the description. Anything you want to check out. My Facebook pages, my Etsy, my Instagram, all that. It's always, all the links are always down in the description, all right? So that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll answer to get back to you. And give this video a thumbs up and hit like and subscribe, and definitely turn those notification bells on my channel so you be notified when the video is uploaded, okay? And give me a follow at Stephanie Garrett Creative on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and at Stephanie Garrett Designs over on Facebook and Instagram for my jewelry. And all the links will be down in the description, okay? All right, guys, I had fun making this. This is kind of different for me, so I love it. It's beautiful, gorgeous. And yeah, all right. So yeah, I thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.